Hello, welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Let's get to the news. So, obviously, if you were looking forward to The Last of Us Factions, that game has been canceled, unfortunately. You know, honestly, like, to me, I don't know what the heck Naughty Dog has been doing. Instead of just focusing on AAA titles, they want to do freaking remasters and remakes when they could be focusing on The Last of Us Part 3 or some sort of brand new IP that we can all enjoy. But no, they want to do remasters. We're getting The Last of Us Part 2 remaster, which does it really need a remaster though? To be honest, the game looks absolutely gorgeous on the PlayStation 4 when it came out. It was literally pushing the PS4 to its limit. And then obviously if you have the game, it's only a $10 upgrade, which is not that bad. I might consider buying it. I do have a copy of The Last of Us Part 2. So maybe I'll probably buy it and then replay it. It's only $10, but if you were going to charge full price for it, then we're going to have trouble. We're going to have issues. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the news. And we're also going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro Edition. It's rumored to be coming out next year. Who knows? Maybe next year or maybe in 2025 when the Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, bundled together. Honestly, like, I think I've only bought one other console just for like an upgraded version. I don't know if you guys remember, not that long ago, but when the Xbox One came out, and then the Scorpio came out after. I actually purchased the Scorpio. Really good console, solid. I like the design. I just loved everything about it. So I went ahead and I bought that one. But when it comes to PS4 Pro or PlayStation 5 Pro, I'll probably just skip it and just wait for the PlayStation 6 to come out. And that's the one I'm going to spend my money on. It doesn't really justify upgrading for just more money, I guess. I got a PC, so the PC is going to let me play any kind of games that I want to play. It's going to destroy absolutely everything. It still has a 3090, but the 3090 is still good enough. Until the 5000 series come out, then I might make the plunge to that. But until then, the setup is good enough. Everything that I have right now is good enough for the next generations, at least for now. They keep coming out with new stuff. But anyway, let's go talk about Factions and PS5 Pro. Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog's planned multiplayer game set in the world of The Last of Us is no more. The studio announced Thursday that it has made the incredible, difficult decision to stop development. What's been calling The Last of Us Online. We know this news will be tough for many, especially our dedicated The Last of Us Factions community. We have been following our multiplayer ambitions ardently, the studio said in a post on its website. We are equally crushed at the studio as we were looking forward to putting it in your hands. The Last of Us Online was at one point supposed to be revealed to the public this year. The studio had released a handful of pieces of concept art for the game, but never showed gameplay. The Naughty Dog said developers at the studio have been in pre-production of The Last of Us Online since the development of Last of Us Part 2, which it shipped in 2020. The online game was unique. It had tremendous potential, the studio said, but it was a daunting task that it did not have the resource to dedicate. But why did they spend all this money if they knew they were not going to finish the job? All that money is literally wasted, flushed into the toilet. In ramping up to full production, the massive scope of our mission became clear. The developer explained. To release, support The Last of Us Online, we had to put all our studio resources behind. All right, it's happening. I was doing really good, but severely impacting development on future single-player games. So we had two paths in front of us: become solely live service game studio, or continue to focus on single-player narrative games that have defined Naughty Dog's heritage. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, they could have just decided to just go all in on the live service, but to be honest, there's not that much money to be made when it comes to live service games, at least unless it's really really successful. Now, The Last of Us Factions was only going to be an exclusive to PlayStation, but I think if they had opened it up and made it like cross platform around all the devices, whether you have your PlayStation, your Xbox, or even your PC, or pretty much make it available for all the consoles, I think they would have had their money back and some. But if it was just exclusive to Sony's console, I don't think. I mean, to be honest, it would have done well, but it wouldn't have, been able to sustain. I think they make way more money on their single player experiences comparing to their, live service. The only live service that's doing really well for Sony right now, it's obviously Destiny, because they bought it. They bought Bungie, the studio. But anyway, moving on to the next story. All right, so this is the next story. The PS5 Pro, targeting September 2024, will have a proprietary upscaling tech. To be honest, the PS5 is an absolutely amazing console. To be honest with y'all, that thing is a beast. I mean, the Xbox is great, but I don't know, man. Whatever Sony is doing over there, they just been knocking it out of the park. And it's all had to do with just, I guess it just comes down to leadership, to be completely honest. Like, I don't know what Sony is doing, man, but they just been giving us hits after hits after hits. I mean, to be honest, Spider-Man game, the story could be better, but the action sequences and all that, I enjoyed it. I had a really great time with the Spider-Man. But anyway, for me, I'll probably just skip the PS5 Pro, to be honest, and just wait for the PlayStation 6. I already have enough consoles. In the above video, Grub comments that the recent PS5 Pro spec leak is almost certainly real and is targeting a release in September 2024. The other key thing he talks about in the PlayStation 5 Pro's main new feature, said to be Sony's own version of NVIDIA's DLSS technology. Essentially, this would use machine learning for super sampling images, resulting in enhanced resolutions, frame rates, better ray tracing, and so on. Again, Grub has been fairly reliable talking about gaming related stuff long before it's announced, but it's ultimately still just hearsay. Yeah, that's why I just, take it with a grain of salt. But I have seen some of the specs on the PlayStation 5, and that thing looks like it's going to be a monster. And to be completely honest with y'all, if you have a PlayStation 5, or if you haven't purchased one yet, now is a really great time to get yourself one. I think that there's plenty of softwares that are available right now to play the console on. But, before too, like, it was still like day one for me. I purchased the PS5 and the Xbox day one, even though there wasn't a lot of games to play on the Xbox. I still get all my multi-platform games on the Xbox, and then my PlayStation is just for exclusive. But so far, no regrets. I love the console. I love everything, and they both have their strengths and weaknesses as well. And just like the PC is still the master race. PC is awesome. I love the PC. I like to play on the PC, but I still use controllers because I'm weird. I have not adopted to the mouse and keyboard. I am not good at that at all. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this news. Will you be getting the PlayStation 5 Pro? And what are your thoughts about Factions being canceled due to Sony's leadership? Because we only can blame the people at the very top, because those are the people that make all these decisions to go a certain way, and then, oh, you know what, we're spending way too much time, money, resource, let's go ahead and pivot after spending what, $50 million, I don't know, $20 million for two. It started, they started making it in 2020, or when is it 2020 when the game released? But anyway, they've been working on that Last of Us Factions for a while. They spent a shit ton of money, so all that just went into the fucking trash. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about the Last of Us factions being canceled, as well as the PlayStation 5 Pro getting released next year in September. Let me know.